In the midst of crisis, compassion must move faster than fear. For 13 years, the Pennacook Pregnancy Center in Manchester has walked with mothers and fathers facing some of the hardest decisions of their lives, offering counsel, care, and concrete help.
The number one reason that we started that was to bring people up from Planned Parenthood and help them with other choices, with other options. We had to have a place to provide that, so we opened Pennacook Pregnancy Center, and then it just has expanded since then to we give out all kinds of stuff, not just diapers, clothes. We'll listen to a woman for 2 hours if we have to, just to unload all her problems. And maybe we don't have the answers, but we can listen to her. And a lot of time, that's really just what they need. It's just they feel better when they leave, that somebody actually cares, somebody will listen to them. But they really don't come from very good situations, most of the women we see. Some of them are married, most of them aren't. But we're just there for whatever we can do, whoever comes through the door.
The first time I was at the Planned Parenthood, joining them praying, just to see cars drive in, I was horrified, to see it. It's like, oh my goodness, this young girl is being driven in by her mother or her boyfriend or maybe her husband. And you're like, I can't believe that they might be going in for an abortion. But in the bulletin here at the cathedral and other places, they provide the stories that are the good stories, that a child was saved from abortion, and to offer support and help for a mother or a family.
As far as the baby showers, we'll bring them up there, especially the teenage girls. They love it. They love it. The one girl, we had a big one over in Bedford, and then she was the girl that didn't speak English, and we had a translator come. It was 13 degrees that day. We're saying, come on, talk to us. And how we get these people to talk to us, we don't speak their language. And got up to the center, got an interpreter down, winds up, we have the baby shower for her. She still lives with this woman that interpreted for her. That woman took her in, they've moved out of state, and she has this girl and this baby like part of her own family. The first year we were open, and that's years ago, we had a woman and she was really on the fence. She had 3 kids. She didn't want to have another one. She was on drugs. The father of the baby was on drugs. And we work with Catholic Charities. We did an adoption through Catholic Charities. It wasn't easy because it was down to the last minute, and the woman from Catholic Charities had to tell this guy he wanted money. He wanted to get paid off. So adoption's probably never easy. This woman is glad she did her adoption. She has an open adoption. She keeps track of this child. That's the way a good adoption works. She couldn't raise this kid. She was just not up for it. So, and her other kids, they were happy about it. They saw the baby. They held the baby in the hospital, and they were happy about this baby. And they understood it. They weren't. Some of them were teenagers. The other one was younger, but they understood it.
It was just an instinct that I had. I contacted the mayor and said, if they're going to bury this child at St. Joseph Cemetery, we bury infants and children with no charge to the family. And obviously in this situation, there was no family, but I just wanted that information to be given to whoever was going to make that decision. And so in the end, it took a little while after the investigation and everything. I finally was contacted by the Manchester police to say that they were going to have a wake, a prayer service, and they would like to have her buried at the cemetery. So I was at the cemetery the day of her burial. Many of the first responders were there, men and women who were involved in the investigation and involved in any way. And they were, very moved by the whole event of this infant being left, whether she was dead before or was alive when she was put into the pond. But they just thought it was an awful thing that that child died in that way or was left that way. And so to bring her to the cemetery, I think brought them a lot of comfort.
Safe haven law has been around for a while, and it meant you could go to a fire station, a police station, a hospital. You could hand your infant off to anybody.
Safe haven law was updated. Churches could be a location where an infant could be dropped off up to 61 days. When I saw that, we made a sign and put it right by the office door, indicating that we are a safe haven location with some instructions on what a person could do.
A recent update to the safe haven law has opened the door to a physical expression of that mercy. A safe haven baby box at the Central Fire Station on Pine Street.
We had the funds, and Father Jason went down, and the fire chief agreed with this. You know, it's perfect. It's in a city. It's near the cathedral. It's near Pennacook. It's just a community thing. The box is there now, and it's being installed. So they have to put a hole in their wall, and they have to put an alarm system, and it's climate controlled, and it's got the camera. And with 15 to 30 seconds, an EMT will have that baby in their arms and look at it, check it out, take it to the hospital, and then goes to the state. We have no control over the adoption. The state takes charge of the baby.
We want to do everything that we can to protect that life and to allow that life to be born and to support that child.
You save the baby, you save the mother. You're trying to save souls, not just babies. You want them to have what you have. You want them to have that faith and that chance of eternal life. That's what I want.
Catherine and Father Jason remind us that laws matter when they reflect our deepest convictions about dignity. And that ministry matters when it stands with those who feel least seen. In a time of uncertainty, the Church and her partners refuse to leave any parent or child abandoned, offering instead a hand to hold and a refuge for hope.